Welcome to Newswatch 12 at 5. I'm Justin Betty. We will get to those stories in a minute, but first, Newswatch 12 Chief Meteorologist Jeff Weller is here tracking today's snowstorm. Jeff.
Yeah, hey Justin, snow lovers are having a moment out there right now after a widespread 4 to 8 inch snowfall across the area today. And we're not quite done, but we're getting close to being done. The back edge of the snow is just to the west of us right now. But in here is light to at times heavy snowfall all day long today. Moving northeast about 35 miles per hour. We'll get out of this pretty shortly, but behind this snow will be some wind. This is the problem. So winter storm warnings continue through tomorrow morning. The snow will turn off in the next couple hours, but the wind will pick up, creating blowing and drifting snow through tomorrow morning. And the temperatures are going to drop to near 0 tonight and not recover tomorrow. In fact, here's that trend, a high of 7 tomorrow, and then life-threatening cold in place for us for the weekend with low temperatures down near 20 below. Justin?
All right, thanks, Jeff. With the wintry weather, we know local cable companies are reporting some limited outages right now. We've also heard a lot of reports of cars either sliding off roads or getting stuck. Around 3:30 this afternoon, emergency dispatch notified first responders of a car on fire just south of Rhinelander. Witnesses say it appears a single car crashed near the intersection of County G and Germont Road. Kerry Bladorn from the Pioneer Park Historical Complex says he saw the car stuck.
About 25 minutes ago, I was coming around the corner on Germont Road. Noticed there was an older gentleman stuck in the ditch. And I pulled over to see if he was okay, if he needed to call somebody to pull him out of the ditch.
So Bladorn got out of his car, saw the fire underneath the wheel well, says he got out just in time.
This gentleman was in elderly condition and could not walk by himself. He had a cane with him, so I started to pull him out of the vehicle, holding him best I could. Another couple pulled up and helped me help him to the side of the road. And not shortly after that, the whole truck was engulfed.
Amazing. Authorities say no one was seriously injured in that fire. Traffic along Highway G was temporarily closed due to the risk of the explosion. However, Pelican first responders were able to quickly contain that fire. It's been a busy day in Wisconsin politics as the state's mask mandate has already been repealed and then put back in place. This afternoon, the Assembly adopted Joint Resolution 3 by a vote of 52 to 41. It joins with the Republican-led Senate to end Democratic Governor Tony Evers' emergency order. That joint resolution ends, in fact, both the mask mandate and any action caused by executive order related to COVID-19. Local orders still stand, but any state agency would no longer have authority to act. Republicans claim they are opposing executive overreach, claiming Evers cannot make these types of decisions by himself.
The governor has not once come to us and asked us to extend the emergency declaration that I'm aware of. I don't think he's ever asked us that. He's never asked us to pass a rule. He's never asked us to work with him.
Governor Evers did issue multiple executive orders last year calling for special sessions of the legislature, which Steineke and colleagues immediately closed without taking action. In fact, the legislature has not sent any legislation to the governor's desk since last April, 10 months ago. Democrats say Republicans are just playing politics with lives on the line.
They may claim that this is about government overreach, but the people of Wisconsin know exactly what this is about. Politics over common sense, ideology over their safety.
The governor has compared each new order about the pandemic to dealing with the river flooding several times in the same place. The courts have largely upheld Evers' orders so far. Just an hour after the legislature's vote today, Governor Evers issued a new emergency order, which is likely to be challenged again. The number of new confirmed COVID-19 cases in the state has now been falling for more than 3 straight weeks. Today, DHS reports about 1,500 new confirmed cases in the state, dropping the daily average for the last 7 days down to about 1,200. DHS also reports 41 new deaths statewide today, inching the daily average for the last week back up to 26. In our 12-county north central Wisconsin region, numbers have been fairly steady recently. DHS reports 71 people are in the hospital right now with COVID-19, and they say 20 of those are in the ICU. A new study suggests young adults are the biggest spreaders of COVID-19, or have been. British scientists looked at cell phone data tracking the location and movement of about 10 million people. They found adults between the ages of 20 and 49, so young to mid-age adults, likely accounted for about 72% of COVID infections through the end of October. The researchers say mass vaccination of this age group, even though they're not as high a risk, could help control the spread of the virus. Last weekend, the Oneida County Health Department began public vaccination clinics at Grace Foursquare Church. Nurses in Oneida County say they are relying on appointment windows to make sure none of the vaccine they have goes to waste.
While we have vaccine here, we do have to use a specific amount when we give vaccines to public.
Lohagan asks anyone who thinks they may not make their appointment to please cancel ahead of time. That way they can schedule someone else. For now, Oneida County is currently still early in the process, vaccinating the 1A group.
When we get our Moderna vaccine, it comes in 10-dose vials. And once that vial is open, you have to use the contents within 6 hours. So if 9 people show up and we do not have a 10th person to give the vaccine to, it gets wasted.
The Friday and Saturday clinic runs from 9 till 5. You can make vaccination appointments online through the Oneida County Health Department website. They do remind folks, make sure you're on the Oneida County, Wisconsin one, not Oneida County, New York. They've seen that. This week, Rhinelander fire crews took the rather unusual step of razing or tearing down 2 houses in the city, which were deemed dilapidated. Newswatch 12's Morgan Johnson gives us a look.
It's not something Rhinelander Fire Chief Terry Williams has to do often. In his 14 years as Inspection Department Administrator, Williams only had to tear down 1 house, but this week he added 2 more to that list.
We start out with a dilapidated property, trying to contact the property owner and trying to work with them to say, hey, we'd like you to fix it up.
A dilapidated property is one that is in bad conditions due to neglect. It could be missing paint, have cracks in the foundation, or have leaks in the roof. In the case of the houses on 21 North Oneida Avenue and 521 Gardner Street, the owners clearly weren't keeping up with the city ordinances.
The structure that used to be behind me was not compliant with city ordinances as it was deemed unsafe, unsanitary, and unfit for human use. Williams first heard about the lots from complaints from neighbors.
As a result, Williams asked the owners repeatedly to clean up the place.
The roof was collapsing, the soffit and eaves fascia were all rotted. There were holes in the foundation that there's evidence of animals going in and out of the property.
Williams deemed the properties unsafe, not only to neighbors, but to the property value too. Both were demolished on Monday, which the property owners have to pay for. But demolishing a house is not something Williams looks forward to.
You know, the ultimate last resort is to raise the property.
While it's not his favorite part, Williams realizes it's just a part of his job.
What it boils down to is protecting our people, protecting the neighbors, and protecting, even passerbys from the problems that can come from a dilapidated property if it's left go.
For Newswatch 12, I'm Morgan Johnson.
Youth ice anglers are invited to participate in the annual Wausau Noon Optimist Club Youth Fishery, be held on Valentine's Day, February 14th from noon to 3 at Rookery Park on Lake Wausau. It's for folks age 17 and under. Registration's free. Organizers say most participants will also receive door prizes, and the fish of the day will be mounted by Dave's Wildlife Taxidermy. Come early. Lunch is also available. For more information, you can visit the Wausau Noon Optimist Club's Facebook page. Well, some of the fondest memories of childhood for many kids is waking up for a snow day with no school. But for some places, snow days are now becoming a thing of the past. We'll have more on that. But first, Jeff's in with your full forecast. You're watching Newswatch 12, proud to serve Phillips and folks all across north central Wisconsin.
Wisconsin's biggest President's Day appliance sale starts now at Furniture and Appliance Mart. Get guaranteed delivery in 5 days or less on in-stock appliances, including special doorbusters like these. And no interest financing for 18 months at Furniture and Appliance Mart.
My wife had a tough week at work and she needed a break. I stopped by Quick Trip and they say, I want to surprise my wife with a special dinner. And the Quick Trip lady was like, our take-home meals are freshly made and absolutely delicious. I recommend the fettuccine Alfredo with chicken. And I'm like, sign me up. Upon arriving home, my wife says, wow, what's the occasion? And I'm like, just you. And she's like, looks like someone's getting dessert. Bless you, Quick Trip.
Quick Trip, we got you covered.
My name's Arthur, Merrill, Wisconsin. In August of 2019, I started getting numbness in my feet. By July of 2020, my feet were so numb, I lost a sense of balance. I thought I was walking on stilts. I seen this ad for spinal aid. I took 20 treatments from them, and by then my feet were 90% better and no longer felt as I was walking on stilts.
Are you experiencing weakness, numbness, and/or pain in your feet or hands? These sensations might even be affecting other areas of your body along with your balance. You might have already been diagnosed with peripheral neuropathy and are taking drugs such as Lyrica, gabapentin, or Cymbalta that never seems to help. Neuropathy pain ultimately diminishes your quality of life. Call Spinal Aid of Wausau today to see if our treatment methods are right for you. Call 715-203-1508 to schedule your neuropathy severity consultation or visit us at spinalaid.com.
Wisconsin's biggest President's Day appliance sale starts now at Furniture and Appliance Mart. Get guaranteed delivery in 5 days or less on in-stock appliances, including special doorbusters like these, and no interest financing for 18 months at Furniture and Appliance Mart.
All right, you and I get to play in the snow this weekend. It'll be cold outside. The snow is just about winding down now after a widespread 4 to 8 inch snowfall across the entire area. And a couple spots will probably check in with close to 10 inches from Rhinelander up to Eagle River probably tomorrow into tomorrow evening. All right, here's the back edge of the snow right now. It says all snow, not rain, all snow. And the back edge is right across western Wisconsin now, moving to the east at about 35 miles per hour. So in over here, there's still some flurries in there, but overall, this is the intense stuff right there, pushing out of here as we speak, and we will begin to dry out, but then really cool off later on tonight. Here's visibility. This is where it's snowing the hardest, right? So a half mile or less visibility. I'm looking at you, Tomahawk over to Anago. That's moderate to heavy snow, but notice western Wisconsin. There's just nothing going on over there right now. That's the line moving our direction. The snow will cut off tonight, followed by really intense cold on the way and wind. So, for that reason, a winter storm warning runs into tomorrow morning for snow and blowing snow and falling temperatures. The roads will likely be icy tomorrow again and probably through the weekend as well. All right, so then the narrative changes. So tonight the wind arrives with us, ushering in some much colder temperatures for tomorrow. In fact, we'll have high temperatures tomorrow, probably near 5, and we'll kick off a wind off Lake Superior as well. That will bring in some lake effect snow. Now, go Gibbik Range, Keweenaw Peninsula could see 20 inches or more of lake effect snow tomorrow and Saturday. A couple of those could get into Vilas County. That's going to be a stretch, though. Most of us will not see a lake effect snow. All of us, though, will see the really cold temperatures because the wind's going to kick up as well. Right now, out of the northwest, the front has gone through around 10 miles per hour. Notice 0 in Anago. That's where the front is right there. The front is right across here, moving this direction. Behind that front, we're going to kick up the wind tonight and usher in some really cold temperatures. So highs like this, we're not going to do this again for probably 10, 11, 12 days around here as we have some really cold air on the way. In fact, here we go. We're going to have high temperatures near 0 the next 7 to 10 days, right? Low temperatures down near 20 below, and wind chill or feel-like temperatures near 30. So that's going to cause some problems with frozen pipes for sure, car batteries as well, and make sure you check on your pets too. They do not like cold like this. Your forecast then for tonight, though, the snow out there is ending. It'll turn windy and much colder. Low temperatures down near 0. With a northwest wind that could gust near 30, blowing and drifting that snow. For tomorrow, it's Friday. Mostly cloudy, a couple flurries left over. Heavier lake effect snow well to the north. Highs near 7, but falling through the afternoon. On a northwest wind that could gust near 30. And then looking ahead, your 7-day forecast by North's Furniture and Mattress shows we dry out after lake effect snow on Friday. Look at the weekend. High temperatures near 0, lows near 20 below, with feel-like temperatures near 30 below. Justin?
All right, thanks, Jeff. A semi-truck full of food was was distributed today at the Rhinelander Area Food Pantry. It was a snowy delivery. The boxes of food contained hot dogs, milk, apples, chicken, and more. There will also be a food distribution at the Wausau Salvation Army tomorrow from 1 till 3. With so many schools offering classes online these days, you might think snow days are a thing of the past. Not always, though. Almost 50 districts across the region today decided to have snow days. Many chose to let their students have the traditional snow day with the day off. Some, though, like Merrill Area and Stevens Point Area School District, chose to continue with e-learning days, allowing students to not get behind in classes and keeping the district on track.
Like a regular Wednesday for most students. So they're accessing information from their teachers through either Seesaw for our younger students or Schoology for our older students.
District officials say having now experienced teaching online because of the pandemic, they'll be able to continue implementing these e-learning days pretty smoothly in the future. That'll help them not have to extend their school years into late June if those snow days start to pile up.
Last day of school, for example, this year will be our last day of school and for years to come. Before, we've had to make up time during the summer, and then that pushes summer school back, and it requires a lot of planning and replanning. And so
districts, however, say they will keep a small amount of days on the calendar for inclement weather just in case power goes out, power outages that wouldn't allow them to have class online. February is Black History Month, a time to reflect on the past, present, and future of African Americans across the country. We spoke with one Wisconsin state representative about what the month means to her. We'll have more from her after the break.
The biggest President's Day sale in Wisconsin starts now at Furniture and Appliance Mart. Get doorbusters up to 50% off. Plus, take bonus holiday discounts off our furniture sale prices in store and online. And interest-free financing for 5 years at Furniture and Appliance Mart.
What are you doing? Dude, I'm so excited. I just can't wait for summer.
Can't wait to get on the water and want a private shopping experience to start planning your summer weekends? Then go to our website and book your VIP tour with American Marine and Motorsports in Shawano. Get first crack at the lowest prices anywhere, and we're matching deposits up to $1,000 on select products. Don't get left out in the cold. Book your VIP private shopping experience at American Marine now.
Bella Friday here at Tundraland. Growing up in Wisconsin, I spent many weekends on my parents' deck listening to dad jokes. Like, do you know why the pony lost his voice? Because he was a little horse. Your backyard is a place where memories are made, and a brand new deck by Tundraland is a great way to make your backyard beautiful. Call 1-800-Tundraland for special savings like half-off installation. Call 1-800-Tundraland and do me a favor, tell them Bella sent ya.
At WJFW, our Newswatch 12 news team works around the clock to bring you the news that matters most of all to the North Woods. Our team is committed to the community and ensuring that you are as informed as possible. The Newswatch 12 team works hard to deliver the most important stories from around the globe, local and national sports updates, and weather reports. We are NBC Newswatch 12, news from where you live.
The biggest President's Day sale in Wisconsin starts now at Furniture and Appliance Mart. Get doorbusters up to 50% off. Plus, take bonus holiday discounts off our furniture sale prices in store and online. And interest-free financing for 5 years at Furniture and Appliance Mart.
Governor Evers announced yesterday he has issued 37 new pardons to people across the state. The majority of those were for nonviolent drug crimes, or what he calls mistakes made as a youth or decisions made while struggling in poverty. Governor Evers stated the people he pardoned have expressed the desire to move forward, give back, and make peace with their past. Of those 37, 2 have made homes in our region, one in Rib Lake, other in Wausau. Individuals convicted of a Wisconsin felony may apply for a pardon if they've completed their sentence at least 5 years ago and have not committed any new crimes since. Those currently required to register as sex offenders are not eligible for a pardon. The race to be Wisconsin's top education official is wide open for the first time in about a dozen years. It's also only the second time since the 1980s that Tony Evers, who left the post as state superintendent when elected governor, is not on the ballot. 7 candidates are vying for the officially nonpartisan position, At least that's the way it's designed. Voters will narrow the field to 2 in the February 16th primary. They'll face each other, then those 2 in the April 6th general election. The eventual winner will take over the job at a time when schools are going through a lot, trying to deal with the COVID-19 pandemic. February is Black History Month in the United States, and while we reflect on the many historical figures who have changed our nation, we also talking to some current representatives and politicians about what the month means to them. Newswatch 12 Sierra Whaley has more.
Black History Month, a time to reflect on the African American culture and the historical figures who've changed the nation.
It's recognizing and upholding that those things happened.
District 11 Wisconsin State Representative Dora Drake says this is a time to not only realize where we are, but how far we have come.
As we celebrate Black History Month, it's a time where we not only reflect, but also celebrate what we have overcome, while still realizing there's still much to be done and having that urgency to do it.
Being the oldest out of 8 kids in her family, Drake has always been looked up to. However, historical figures like Ida B. Wells and Maya Angelou were admirable figures for her.
We witnessed how words move our people to understand a better sense of themselves and what we can do to move forward. And with Maya Angelou, I love how she would speak with such confidence and authority, but it was with grace.
You know, like I said earlier, African Americans have broken the barriers with all spectrums from science to arts to sports, and especially in politics. Tell me how it felt to see Vice President Kamala Harris sworn in.
It took me a day to fully accept that this happened. And then once I realized what she's accomplished and what that means now for I and so many other my Black representatives and colleagues, it's truly inspiring, and it's honoring, and it's humbling.
While times have changed, Drake says we must never forget.
It's important that we don't forget what it took to get there, and that all of us do our effort to ensure that it continues to happen.
In Rhinelander, Sierra Whaley, Newswatch 12.
This portion of Newswatch 12 is brought to you by Slumberland.
Don't miss the biggest mattress sale of the year. The Mattress Marathon is at Furniture and Appliance Mart's biggest President's Day sale. Get the guaranteed best offer in all of Wisconsin on Tempur-Pedic and Beauty Rest mattresses. Plus, save up to 65% off doorbusters like these. Now at Furniture and Appliance Mart.
Season after season, customers have found that when it comes to replacing their windows, there's only one company to call. Renewal by Andersen. Call the number below and take advantage of this limited time offer. Plus, go with Renewal by Andersen and you get Renewal by Andersen's signature service. The perfect blend of the best people in the industry, a superior process, and an exclusive product. Call today to schedule your free window diagnosis, because this incredible offer is only available for a limited time. Renewal by Andersen. The better way to a better window.
Tonight.
Today's our mandatory respect in the workplace training.
A great mayor.
Back rubs are inappropriate, but what about side hugs?
Leads by example.
Those are okay, right? Because your privates are parallel.
Mr. Mayor, new tonight on NBC.
Tonight, will their relationship come full circle?
Didn't mean anything. It was just 2 old horn dogs lifting their leg at a familiar tree.
Or turn into a love triangle?
We've decided.
We're gonna have an open relationship.
What?
Superstore, new tonight on NBC.
On December 7, 2005, I was deployed to Baghdad, Iraq. As I was searching for the bomb, the bad guy and the bomb found me first. After the explosion, I was left with a 1% chance of living from the injuries I sustained. During my road to recovery, it was a challenge, mostly trying to figure out what life would be like with my new physical injuries. But throughout that road to recovery, I had a tremendous amount of support from friends and families and the Coalition to Salute America's Heroes. The primary mission of the Coalition to Salute America's Heroes is to offer financial emergency assistance to veterans and their families. In most cases, there is a loved one back at home who has to drop everything they're doing to be at that veteran's bedside. And of course, there are huge financial burdens that come along with that. After veterans come through the Coalition's program, they are ready to be back into society, ready to go back to work, and ready to be a leader in their own community.
Visit saluteheroes.org to learn more.
Don't miss the biggest mattress sale of the year. The Mattress Marathon is at Furniture and Appliance Mart's biggest President's Day sale. Get the guaranteed best offer in all of Wisconsin on Tempur-Pedic and Beauty Rest mattresses. Plus, save up to 65% off doorbusters like these. Now at Furniture and Appliance Mart.
This portion of News Watch 12 is brought to you by Furniture and Appliance Mart.
NASA is offering thousands of dollars to anyone who comes up with some healthy and sustainable food for outer space. The space agency started the Deep Space Food Challenge. Participants are challenged to design nutritious food systems that can be taken on missions to Mars and beyond. People in the U.S. can compete for up to $500,000. This is a big deal. They note the food must meet the caloric and nutritional requirements for astronauts. This is just one phase of the competition. Phase 2 could include a kitchen demonstration. I'm not entirely sure how that works, but
reminds me of the Martian movie. That's a very good movie.
Yeah.
All right, so outside today, a little rough in spots across the area right now. The snow is still out there, but the back edge is not too far away across western Wisconsin right now. That is where the cold front is. That's where the really cold air is just starting. Until then, we're still in the cloud cover here and also the snowfall. And it's been intense all day long today with a widespread 4 to 8 inch snowfall already. But now we're watching the wind turn out of the northwest. This will gust near 30 miles per hour tonight, blowing and drifting that new snow. Some lake effect snow tomorrow, a high of 7. And then the bigger story now is the temperatures, right? Highs near 0 over the weekend with lows down near 20 below. Pretty much the next 7 to 10 days around here.
That is a stretch of cold. Yes. All right, thanks, Jeff. Thank you for joining us on News Watch 12 at 5. NBC Nightly News is next. We'll see you back here again at 6 with more.